Well, the Huskies didn't get the sweep that they were looking for last weekend against Colorado College. However, they are not done yet as they head to Grand Forks, North Dakota to take on the Fighting Hawks this weekend. Welcome to the St. Cloud State Husky Hockey Weekend Preview. I'm Megan Hedstrom. Alongside me is Mick Hatton from the St. Cloud Times. Now, last weekend's game, the Huskies seemed to struggle offensively in the first half. What went wrong?
Well, they got a power play goal, on a 5-on-3 early in the first period. Jimmy Schultz with a nice shot to get St. Cloud State a 1-0 lead. But, they had a power play rate on top of that because that only killed off the one penalty. They weren't able to capitalize there. Another power play in the second period where there was a 5-minute major called, and Colorado College took a too many men penalty on top of that. So there was another 2 minutes of 5-on-3. St. Cloud State wasn't able to score on that either. They were able to pick up, I think, 5 or 6 shots, but not able to score. So St. Cloud State had a lot of opportunities. They just weren't able to finish some things. They had pucks skipping over their sticks and guys not shooting when they had, opportunities. It was a frustrating night for St. Cloud State. And that showed up later, and it could hurt St. Cloud State going into this next round.
As you said, the Huskies look forward to playoffs this next weekend. They'll be taking on UND for the 5th time this season. And after last weekend's games, how do they look coming into this weekend?
Well, I think they're playing a little bit better, than they did, last Saturday against Denver. I mean, I think you saw more of the way St. Cloud State has played most of the season, with the way they played on Saturday. They just weren't able to finish. That's been the problem when St. Cloud State has struggled or gotten beat, is they haven't been able to finish off chances and score enough goals, and held to 1 goal here on Saturday. So that's going to be a question mark. St. Cloud State's going to need to shore up the power play. If they get that many opportunities against North Dakota, they need to bury more than one of them, and if they're going to have a shot at winning that series at North Dakota.
North Dakota is a very strong offensive team, and they're going to have their home crowd behind them. What kind of advantage does that give them coming into the first round?
Well, 15th straight year that North Dakota is playing at home in the first round of the playoffs, and St. Cloud State's 1-3 against North Dakota this season, so it's obviously a tough opponent. St. Cloud State got shut out 2 games in a row here at the Hood-Brooks National Hockey Center against them earlier this season, so scoring goals is going to be a big deal. St. Cloud State was held to 1 goal in the overtime loss that they had at North Dakota, but they also had a 3-1 win at North Dakota. So, St. Cloud State's played tight with them that last series up there. If it goes to 3 games, I mean, who knows at that point? But it's going to be tough to end the season of defending national champs.
Now, taking a look at the pairwise standings, the Huskies dropped down to number 18 after last weekend's games. What do they have to do in order to stay in playoff contention?
And they have to get past the next round and get at least 1 win at the Frozen Faceoff to even have a shot. And their best chance is just to win the whole darn thing and get the automatic bid.
That's all for this week's Husky Hockey Weekend Preview. Stay tuned to SCSUHuskies.com for more information about the NCHC playoffs. Thanks for joining me, Mick.
Thank you, Megan.